Welcome back, episode 113 of Revisited, and once again, been a while.
Through no fault of my own, once again.
And through no fault of mine. How could the TV possibly be my fault?
Maybe we should have picked a little bit better.
Why?
Because the last Revisited proper that we did was Geekdom.
Should have just did O'Hara like I wanted.
But the last thing that we did was Demon Slayer.
Should have just did the O'Hara Demon Slayer. Who cares? These piggies will eat all this slop up. So we're, of course, talking about Geekdom. And his video, My Hero Academia, the Future of Shonen. This was 4 years ago. Probably closer to 5 at this point. So we are in the future.
Yeah.
And it's about to end, and no.
What does it mean to be the future of like, think about this is the future of movies. Like, what does that mean? There's different genres, and
that sounds very much like how they were saying 3D, very much how they were saying high film rate, all that stuff, where this is what it will be.
But My Hero doesn't. My Hero in the beginning was just a pretty good manga.
I got this good
manga.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even go pretty good
manga. But it wasn't doing anything revolutionary to be like, yo, this is the direction that we need to go in.
Yeah, it wasn't doing anything wholly special from whatever its contemporaries were at the time.
The best that you can say is the future is to be good, and I hope so.
Regardless,
I can't say that it's gonna be, because Demon Slayer had his little rise, and I'm glad. I'm both glad and I fear for the future with Demon Slayer, because this last season people were just like yeah,
but it also didn't have the.
And that's what.
That's what the
once it happens
season.
again, people are going to be like, "Here it is.
This is everything.
What we've always wanted."
Peak storytelling. Peak fiction.
It's just that low allows it to get higher, to seem like it's going higher, because it started up so low. So it's just, and we're just gonna get so much of that. And I'm just not looking forward to it.
It's gonna be trash.
Undoubtedly.
Description, boys. And you can tell this is old because Verve is still a thing.
Try Verve for free. What is My Hero Academia? Why is My Hero Academia so popular? We examine the history of My Hero Academia and the production of My Hero Academia, and try to examine the rise of My Hero Academia Season 1 and onward.
It's a show that people liked and it got popular.
It's easy to get into because it's comics. A lot of people will
we
easily gravitate towards that.
Can we stop with this comics bullshit when it comes to My Hero Academia? There's so many times where people are like, it's like a love letter to comics, or you can gravitate towards it because of comics. It's tangentially tied into Western comics.
No, but it's easier to get to for somebody like for a Marvel fan to get into that.
No,
more than something like a Demon Slayer.
The thing that would get them
more
into
than something
it,
like a Demon Slayer, where there's lore and you gotta go. Okay, I understand superheroes.
That's where I'm at right there. Superheroes. I am fine with you saying.
I'm saying superheroes as conglomerate.
We're talking comics.
No, I'm talking about it as a conglomerate of comics, superhero movies, the whole
Weren't
thing.
you just saying there's a whole bunch of different genres? Do you think all comic superhero shrug shoulders?
No, but it's comic superheroes. Like I said, it's easier to go into that from a Marvel or DC than a Demon Slayer, where you have to be like, oh, demons. Now I gotta learn about the lore and mythology of demons, instead of just going, people got superpowers, done.
But people who got superpowers in Demon Slayer.
No, I know.
Yeah, they do. Well, no, not.
Yeah.
Well, yes, they do.
Kind of.
Okay.
They have enhanced human abilities.
They can heal by breathing. One man is moving his organ.
Who healed by breathing?
Rengoku.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. And he showed Tanjiro how to do it.
No, he didn't. When did he heal by breathing?
Right before he couldn't heal by breathing.
No, this is too much. Oh, yeah, I can't heal by breathing. My diaphragm is messed up, but I can talk, so don't worry about that. I can impart wisdom upon you. Here I go, and now I've decided to die.
Remind me why we didn't do Demon Slayer.
Its time will come. Maybe, because this week, this is going to be weird. Because it's going to be about probably 2 weeks to do the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Leaving like 1 week before Viewer Request Month.
Unless the Final Fantasy is the final 2 weeks.
But then that's weird doing a viewer requested thing, comboing into Viewer Request Month.
But that could be like a preamble, the prologue to Viewer Request Month. Just like if we did an auction stream right before
Maybe
it.
the one before Viewer Request Month should be Phil, because that's going to be the last chance before we with Viewer Request Month, that's going to be a last chance for a while, and we need to get to it because things were messed up. Our timing, we were meant to do it before this time, but then things happen outside of my control.
Same.
I had nothing to do with either hiatus.
Same.
Neither. I am just a passenger.
A dark passenger. Nobody's going to get that unless you watch Dexter.
Watch 4 of the...
I'd go 4.5.
Yeah, Cat Dog was fine.
Oh, that's the way you're going?
What were you going to have?
All Real Monsters I could have.
Oh, eat Mosh.
I like Cat
All Real Monsters is the...
I feel like All Real Monsters is an acquired taste. That's why I wouldn't recommend it to a larger framework.
They're half a cat and half a dog.
Yeah, and the wackiness of it. It's a straight man, wacky man combo.
But you have that in All Real Monsters as well.
They're all a little too wacky to be the straight man.
The straight.
Ablina's pretty wacky.
Yeah,
Let's be.
But Cat is also pretty wacky.
I wouldn't say he's nearly as wacky.
Well, you
as
provided me with quite a lot of evidence, and I agree with you. Pieces. Doug is out. That looks like Disney's Doug, which stank.
Disney's Doug was the trash monster. I remember liking Doug as a kid. I don't think it was ever good. I think Pepper Ann.
I need to go
really
back
heard it
to a lot of things.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking about Rocket Power now. Like,
no, that's out of there.
Oh, that's out.
Yeah, no. What were you taking? What were the 2 you were taking out? Cat Dog and what?
Oh, I said 4.5.
Yeah,
no. All Real Monsters.
No, you said 4 originally.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
All Real Monsters, Angry Beavers, Rocco, and Rocket Power. Cat Dog and Doug.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's it. No, I was going Doug and Rocket Power.
Yes, you can see, I can't defend Rocket Power because I'm like, maybe it was trash.
I would have Rocket Power at that point then.
I need to go back. Maybe one day when I get COVID again. But when I had COVID, I was like, I don't want to do anything.
Dude! The energy was non-existent.
I just don't want to. Just put on like an 8-hour Tevin video. And that first day I was just like, just take me.
Dude, I legit thought I was going to die. Like, legitimately. That Thursday night, and then the power went out, I thought I was going to die.
That's it.
It was 1:15 a.m. I was like, I might just call an ambulance at this point, honestly.
IBG of quote-unquote sound mind and can't even write body. That's failing me.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Now is the time to try the Verve Combo Pack for free, where you can get access to several different channels within Verve, including now Nick Splat, and new episodes get uploaded every month.
Name.
I mean,
that's not a great. Just call it Nicktoons. Maybe that's copyright. Nick Splat sounds bad,
but it's branding.
Knick-Knack. Nah, that's bad.
There's a channel that named their series Knick-Knack, where I think they go back and rewatch old Nicktoons shows and kind of review it. Yeah.
Classic shows like Rocket Power, Rocco's Modern Life, The Angry Beavers, Doug, Our Real Monsters, and those are just the Nick.
You did not say that in the right order.
No, we can see what's on the screen, sir.
We've also got the live action shows.
Wild Thornberries, cut it.
Cut it.
The movie, though. Give me the movie.
I don't know about the Rugrats crossover, though.
No, cut it.
Like Legend of the...
Never liked Legends of the Hidden Temple.
I liked Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Never. What was the arcade one? That's the one I like.
Nick Arcade.
Yeah, that's the one I like. That was better.
Temple, all that,
Ermac.
and Keenan and Kel. All available on Verve, plus several other...
I will never rewatch Kenan and Kel.
I also.
I just need it in my mind.
It needs
that
to
was
remain
good.
pure.
There's anime on here, there's movies on here, horror movies, and now
There's Ruby on there as well.
Can you show your
It's
entire...
impossible. It's impossible.
High Dive is coming to Verve. So, tons of stuff. Try it out for free. The link is down below. Kohei Horikoshi's My Hero Academia is a series that in many ways personifies the phrase right place, right time.
As a Dragon Ball fan, you can't.
Or he can because he knows.
But it doesn't personify it like Dragon Ball.
No.
There is no comparison at all.
How was this right place, right time? What was around it that allowed it to be propped up?
And I don't think it's just right place, right time. I think it was also good. I think it was good enough to get eyes on it.
Yes.
There's sometimes just take us to the world where Demon Slayers has okay animation and let it be forgotten. Cause that's the closest thing that we can always just come back to, just like, and look at it. It stinks. Stop pretending that it doesn't.
I don't think they're pretending. I think they truly...
Stop acting.
Many ways personifies the phrase right place, right time. And although I feel like My Hero Academia, if it were released at any time, would probably find a measure of success, the fact that Horikoshi's manga and the anime adaptation that soon followed were released smack dab in the middle of the superhero craze that has consumed the United States as well as Japan and
I don't think...
Wasn't this like 2 years before Endgame?
Anime episode 1. Let's see when that was. 2016.
That's like phase 3.
US air date was 2018, which doesn't really matter because people pirate stuff.
Yes. I'd say not smack dab, but at the fervor near the peak of it.
Age of Ultron came out in 2015.
Oh no, yeah, that was Age of Ultron.
Yeah, so it was I'd say it was starting to go down at that point. Well, maybe not.
It wasn't going down, but it wasn't as high as before.
Never mind.
What?
Civil War, Strange.
No, that's what I was about to say. It wasn't as high as what came in the first phase, and then it wasn't as high as what came after Ultron.
It still had quite a lot of good stuff. Then it started to go down a bit.
Yo, current Marvel is trash.
But I don't.
If I could get that IMAX for $2, I might be going to that IMAX for the $2.
Just feel more popcornish. But I don't think anything superhero related would have hit just because Marvel and stuff was hitting.
I mean, DC wasn't hitting.
Tiger and Bunny was a
I believe so.
manga that released, an anime released, when did it help 2012 2014-ish. So yeah, about 2 years before My Hero, and that had, people talked about it, but that was about it.
Yeah.
I just don't think that anything plopped here superhero related would have just been hit, because it's good, but eyes were on it because of superhero stuff.
I honestly don't believe that.
Eyes helped.
I honestly don't believe that.
I think that the numbers don't lie.
They can. So here's the thing. Is My Hero more popular than Jujutsu Kaisen?
I think the better question is, was their initial starting comparable? Because, you know, how do you say, like, is something more popular than something else? Are we talking about their peaks? Are we talking about, like, the midpoint?
If we were to look at, let's just say, manga sales right now, do you think My Hero is above Jujutsu Kaisen?
No, I think Jujutsu Kaisen is beating it. But again, this is like Hulk Hogan had a longer run than Stone Cold and The Rock, but they were a lot hotter for their shorter period of time.
So I wouldn't say they were a lot hotter.
Yeah, I think the ratings and stuff, they contributed heavily to the ratings.
There you go.
So that's... So
it had the most eyeballs on it at that time.
Is it longevity that we're looking at in terms of which one is more popular, or is it the highest peak?
I think the highest peak of Jujutsu Kaisen might be above My Hero.
It might be. There's no way, but there's no way to check ever. So
but no matter what, Demon Slayer is. Mm-hmm. It has nothing attached to it as far as like an outside tangential, more eyeball. Like all these manga and anime that pop off. Like Fire Force popped off.
Yeah, Comey popped off.
That to just say because it's superheroes, there's more eyeballs. I just simply don't believe that.
I think that it helps.
The
anime layman.
I simply don't believe that. They're just looking for whatever the next hype shonen is. The next big, pretty hype shonen is just going to be the next My Hero. It's just going to be the next Demon Slayer. It's just going to be the next Jujutsu Kaisen.
But how do they get that hype?
Through other people telling them how hype it is.
Somebody got to start.
Episode 19.
Somebody got to start that chain. And who starts that chain? That guy right there. I'm pointing to Iron Man, by the way. He can't. It was lost on you a bit. We're here now.
As well as Japan and dare I say the entire world, the timing of this series taking off is no accident. However, one has to wonder if Horikoshi intended it to be this way. 2 years before My Hero Academia would begin publication, Kohei Horikoshi's main manga was known as Sensei no Barrage, Barrage on the Battle Star, and it was released May 21st, 2012. Now, the reason why that date is such an eyebrow-raising date is when you think about what came out in May of 2012. The biggest movie of all time at the time and for several years after would be the very first Avengers film, which was released in May of 2012 and went on to score $1.5 billion at the box office. 2 years later, on July 7, 2014, publication for My Hero Academia would begin in weekly...
Are you insinuating that he went, hey, that thing... the concept of superhero made a lot of money, so
if I make a superhero manga, I might make a lot of money.
I don't think that that's what happened. And I don't think that you have the evidence to say that that's what happened.
I don't doubt he drew inspiration through the mainstream popularity of superheroes.
Whatever you create, you're going to draw inspiration from stuff.
He went to comic stuff. He wanted to do all that comic weird stuff. Shrug shoulders.
I would prefer to see an interview saying that I was influenced by, instead of these just assuming that, hey, his other manga came out around this time, and then
wrapping up around this time,
and then 2 years later he made a superhero thing. Like, it's a wholly unique concept to have a superhero manga
in Weekly Shonen Jump comics. Now, I'm not saying that Avengers was directly responsible for Kohei Horikoshi creating the series, nor am I saying that he saw dollar signs when the numbers came in for the film and that it was a calculated corporate move for him to create the series, because I don't really believe that. But you have to admit that the timing was impeccable. And the
You can't say that I'm not saying this, but what if though? But
No, I'm not saying that there's an alien living down the street. I'm just saying it's real suspicious that house had started glowing green when he moved in. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying you stink. I'm just saying, what's that smell? I'm not saying it's you. It's just a stank going on.
It just so happens that there's two people in this room. I'm one, you one, and there is a smell wafting about.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, maybe one of us tracked something on our shoes.
Draw your own conclusion. Coincidence? Perhaps.
Do your research into soap and water.
You don't invite
comparison.
It is like,
And then cuck out on the comparison.
I don't know. I'm just saying,
But I don't lean either way.
I'm not saying he's a money hungry cuck who only did this because he saw dollar signs, but it's just a coincidence. That's all.
I'm just saying the timing.
The timing is a bit weird when the money was over there. What?
Is that Horikoshi seems to be a pretty smart guy with very good instincts as far as what people want and a very good idea.
Based upon what?
Based upon what?
His previous manga did not do well.
So now all of a sudden he's this smart guy that knows what people want? Can we just say, finally, that popularity is 85 to 90% luck?
You cannot point to, it's very rare that you can point to something like, this is why it's popular. In a Demon Slayer, yes, it's the animation. Don't tell me it's anything else. Shut up, everyone. Pretty.
Do you think there wasn't 5 PewDiePies before PewDiePie? Do you think there wasn't 5 Keith Lees before Keith Lee? It's just something helped you pop off. And now that you've popped off, you can keep subsisting on that pop off. And now people are becoming legitimate fans and after checking you out because of that pop off.
Of where the shonen genre may be headed in the near future. And we're going to delve into what Horikoshi did with his characters in My Hero Academia.
What?
What did he do with his characters?
What did he do with his characters? Especially season 1!
Yeah, what did he do with his characters? Geekdom? Fan of Dragon Ball? An arbiter of characters? Sir?
Characters in My Hero Academia from the very beginning of the manga to connect with so many readers at such a quick pace. But putting aside Horikoshi's business acumen, you can't deny the man is a legitimate fan of superheroes. He said it in interviews in the past that he loves Superior Spider-Man as well as several Western comics, going so far as to say that he'll have a Western comic in his left hand and be drawing in his right, which of course is probably figurative. But
neither of them are quad.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've listened to that. It's just a matter of fact way you say it. He's just writing with his left hand and drawing with his right. And neither one, it doesn't matter because neither of them quality. It's not even framed as a joke. This is just a fact of life. He's writing with one, drawing with the other. Neither are of quality. He don't care. We shouldn't care.
it shows the connection there. But the fact is, the connection goes back even before 2012. In 2008, Kohei Horikoshi published a one-shot manga called...
Then why'd you even bring up that bush with the Avengers? Like he sat on his hands biding his time for that.
Now, Snipe was a holdover. Snipe is the mouth that you bring over. The dude that the second that he saw another gun person was just like, she got it.
Dang, I ain't got no abilities here.
No wonder I'm the 85th hero. Her? What do you want me to do? She's shooting my
Hey,
bullets.
Snipe, we need you. As Nagat, is she
coming? she gonna be at the party because I can't show up.
Oh, y'all called her first. She wasn't available, huh? That's why y'all came over here. I understand. I'm the silver medal. I get it.
She's busy. You.
She busy, no. We busy. You.
Published a one-shot manga called My Hero, No Academia, which was the predecessor or the foundation for what would become My Hero Academia. There are very slight similarities between the original story and My Hero Academia, but what's interesting to me is that it was released in 2008, the same year that Iron Man 1 came out, which is the first official film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Even though it's just a coincidence.
Hey, what about the Hulk? Which is technically the first movie of Phase 1. Hey, what about all the other superhero movies? Like Spider-Man, like X-Men, like Blade, that came out pre-this.
Iron Man came out in May. The one shot came out in February.
This guy sucks! This guy sucks!
Now, you know, trailers, commercials, blah, blah, blah. But enough of this coincidence bush. Stop it.
I still find it to be another example of interesting synchronicity between the rise of superheroes in the mainstream media and My Hero Academia.
It's not. It's a
But
dude.
what did that one shot do?
It's a one shot that he did.
Because this is literally the first time I've ever heard about this.
That wasn't a gear up to be like,
Okay.
I think really helped popularize My Hero Academia. Right place, right time, with of course the superhero craze, was the incredible anime adaptation.
It's so pretty.
But is it pretty though?
It's pretty. It's hype. Seasonal.
Silver Age All Might does not get enough love.
Oh my
I
God.
love that outfit.
I cannot roll my eyes
It's
hard
so cool. I love just a yellow gauntlet. I am an all mark.
Are you?
Not anymore. It's hard to like.
It's hard out here for the
lot of
marks.
things in My Hero. In Sugar Rush, what is he doing? Get him off the poster. You're wasting space. Legitimately. Who cares?
Why did you sing along? That's like 4 worthless motherfuckers. And you went right.
I was admiring All Might. I'm like, the colors, it's just so simple. There's just a little bit of yellow, a lot of red, a lot of blue, in Sugar Rush. But why did I look at Tape Man?
Exactly. Why do you look at Ojiro over there
so
kicking?
much. He's drawn horribly. He doesn't have a face.
They stopped caring.
They were. This is emotion. Whatever.
No,
it
it's not.
looks bad.
It's not emotion.
Is it not emotion?
No, this is the intro. It zooms out.
Oh no!
I'll go back to it. Yeah, no, this is an intro.
Was the incredible anime.
Oh my. Okay, you know, sometimes if they zoom back, I'm saying, if they were to zoom back further, it would look better. But they're not zooming back far enough.
How far could it possibly be
Far.
to where binoculars needed? Yeah, no, I don't know why you weren't all over it.
Okay, there's obviously a couple people that we could go after.
That's my whole point. You went so hard on Sugar Rush, get them off the poster, and when there's like 4 or 5 months here that are get them off the poster worthy.
But he's one of what? 3 people that haven't had a moment in this last arc. Tailman and Tape Dude. So it's gonna be one of
What
them.
did Anima do?
Anima he's a mutant, sir. He did the it was Edgar it was the Birds reference that he did, a Hitchcock Birds or something like that. And then a bunch of birds attacked this man, and he just went, "Oh, get these birds away from me!" And then he proceeded to kill an anima because that's what should have happened. Because they're just a bunch of birds.
You could be lying to my face right now. I don't remember no parts.
You don't remember the mutants?
0%.
Wow.
I don't remember this.
I'm gonna have to educate you.
And I can show you. I can show you my tablet, which shows I've read every chapter up to the current version.
Yeah, you don't remember?
I do. How far back was it?
Oh, this was. I had just started my job, so this is up a year ago.
Oh, of course I don't remember this.
You don't remember Anima doing Hitchcock Birds?
No, you do. I can't believe you asked that question of me.
Hey, I don't even know if his name is Anima.
It is.
Okay, thank goodness.
I remember that much at least.
What does this say right here?
Hitchcock Birds, my God!
Koji summons a swarm of birds to provide a distraction or to hinder vision.
Is that what they were intended for, or is that just what happened because they were weak?
Koji also uses this move offensively. He has 2 ultimate moves, and that's one of them. A couple of birds. I'ma
distract you.
I can fight off 80 birds.
Give me a
What
bat.
are you doing?
Get him off the poster.
Get him off the poster! We're down to 2, and then draw the other muffs better. You're wasting time with Anima and Sugar Rush.
And Ojiro,
What is Tailman's hero name?
I always call him Ojiro. That's the only name I know him by. I know Tentacle.
Of course, that's maybe.
No, because I remember it's not Tentacool or Tentacruel, but it's Tentacle. Oh no!
Come on, man.
What's his hero name?
The martial arts hero, Tailman.
You've been calling him Tailman since the beginning. This is a Hey Arnold thing where it's been Short Man for 10 years and we just never saw it.
I've been doing it derogatorily because I'm like, I ain't even remembering your name, Tailman. And then just like, Horikoshi, right? Like, ain't nobody gonna remember this in Tailman.
I am a man and I have a tail. It was truly derogatory. Tailman.
Wait a second. What is Tape Guy's name?
Cellophane.
Cellophane. That's not great.
It's better than Tailman.
It is easier to remember Tailman.
Of course. Are we marking that as a positive?
He has a tail and he is genetically
You
male.
didn't remember him.
I did not remember him.
But you knew what to
But
call
I
him.
will now commit him to memory.
Hey, what's that guy's name? Hey, Nick. that's basically what you're doing.
Which to me stands out as a glimpse of what may be the future of shonen anime. Now, what do I mean by the future of shonen?
Seasonal.
A lot of people who have become hardcore My Hero fans
Lack of filler.
That's a good one.
told me before I even started watching the anime that it would end up being one of the great all-time series if Horikoshi could continue to produce a great storyline. And to me,
Yeah, it would be one of the great all-time stories if it remained great throughout. I would not doubt that.
It's gonna be good if it stays good. Oh, thank you.
I'm glad you're my friend.
Who are these people that you're talking to? If good thing,
Get them off the poster. Get them off the poster.
good thing continues to be good, it's gonna be remembered as good.
I see it all now. You're all just a bunch of yes men. Yes, sir.
Oh, you're absolutely right, sir.
is very high praise, and I am a...
What? How's it high praise if the story remains great? It's gonna be great!
Yeah.
skeptical, but after watching season 1 of My Hero Academia, I quickly learned that there's a lot of things that it does right, and it's not all just Horikoshi's doing. But if we...
Seasonal, no filler. See you next week.
God.
And it's not all just Horikoshi's doing. But if we look at the past of shonen anime adaptations, you can see that My Hero does something different while retaining its sense of familiarity. Now, the easiest contemporary comparison you can make to My Hero Academia is One Punch Man. These two series mirror each other in many ways. Both have a very similar setting in a futuristic world where superheroes and
What indicates that the My Hero world is futuristic? What futuristic things do we have? Especially considering that they're still selling flip phones because Ochiko has one. It is simply in the future, and there's no indication of that. There's no like flying car.
It could be 5 years in the future.
You would think with legitimate geniuses out there with genius quirks that there would be more innovations, but there's just not.
They flew a school.
In
Mei Hatsume?
Hatsume. That's her quirk isn't even that she's smart.
No, she's
just smart.
are both known to the public, praised and despised, and we have very public conflicts between the good guys and the bad guys happening in broad daylight, and nobody even attempts to cover it up. Both series feature a hero academy, with of course My Hero being named after one, where superheroes can test themselves and train with other heroes to become better at what they do, taking the old Xavier School for the Gifted Youngsters trope and turning it into...
How is it a trope if it happened in one thing you can name?
Something very, very manga-esque. In addition to that, I also feel like both series don't take themselves too seriously. In a way...
Keep reading these things.
Yeah. I think I'd like to hear the argument of not taking itself too seriously, because I understand there's jokes and stuff like there.
It's impossible even back there, because just because there's jokes doesn't mean it's not.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand the thing of it's not taking itself too seriously, because it ends with the season 1 ends with All Might Goods going, yeah, I cut my time in half, so I can't save people as much, but I did my big thing, and I didn't think that I could do it, but I did.
Hero Academia is a satire of modern superheroes.
Oh, never mind. I forgot who we were talking about. We're talking about, in quote, say something, man, and then move on. It don't take itself too seriously. Oh, and then next argument.
Which is that it's a satire of modern superheroes.
I would love to hear how.
How much do you think we're going to get? 40 seconds worth of explanation?
I think he's actually going to explain this.
One Punch Man is a satire of both classic and modern superheroes, as well as manga for many, many decades. Both shows have tons of Easter eggs and
It was like 8 seconds.
Oh.
And it wasn't even an explanation.
There was no explanation.
It was a 0 seconds.
There was no explanation. There was not an explanation on, or an exploration on what he was speaking about when he said it's a satirization of hero media.
Geekdom is really bad.
He's one of the worst.
I can't believe how poor this man is at content creation and analyzing media. And explaining and exploring it.
You can't just say something and that just be the thing. I understand that you can. You can do anything on YouTube. But you can't...
Basically.
You can't be expected to be taken seriously.
But he doesn't take himself too seriously.
Moving on. But no explanation there. This dude. I can't. It's just...
He stinks.
A lot of people stink.
No, there's two people in the room.
There's a smell. There's a smell.
To other fictional franchises, and regardless of how much you may get into My Hero Academia's story, it is undeniable, whether it be beneath the surface or sometimes even on the surface, that you're not supposed to take My Hero Academia that seriously. Koshi wrote it to be fun. It's a fun series. It's an adventure.
What about when it's not fun?
What about all the serious, not fun things?
How much not fun things is there in comparison to the fun things? And if a nuke goes off in a town, and then for the next 50 chapters is lighthearted, are we just forgetting about that nuke?
When does something cross the line between being fun and being serious? Not taking itself too seriously, in the middle, taking itself way too seriously. Where's the line? Is
this a fun series with deep moments and harsh moments, or is it a harsh series with fun moments, or is it just a series that can go either way, and it's not
at
really
any given time, depending on what's going on at the time?
This isn't an argument. This isn't anything.
Series. It's one that borrows a lot of the same spirit of the classic shonen shows like Dragon Ball, like Yu Yu Hakusho, and even before that.
In what way, sir? In what way? Geekdom.
Do you think he's going to explain?
No.
You've given up already?
Like Yu Yu Hakusho, and even before that, Fist of the North Star. And while I personally do categorize One Punch Man as being a comedy shonen series, I don't think My Hero's a comedy, but its satirical elements are undeniable.
What is it satirizing?
Superheroes.
How is it satirizing?
Because a lot of the superheroes, they have a weird drawback, like Electrical Man, where he just goes, ooh, my brain fries.
What superheroes do that?
They don't, and that's the satirizing.
How's that a satirizing?
Because it's taking the thing where, look at Static, he can just do electricity.
Deconstruction?
Yeah, it can also be that. This is more than what he's saying.
Even if it's bullish.
Even it's 100% bullish.
At least you're trying.
I don't think in these terms. So I have to come up with some bullish on the spot, but at least it's something.
Are undeniable. I mean, you've got a group of villains called the League of Villains. You're not...
That's not a satirizing! If anything, that'd be closer to what people believe a deconstruction is. So, Ninja Turtles is a satire of Daredevil. That's a satire. Lobo is a satire of Deathstroke or Deadpool or whichever one it was. Whatever was first, whatever was second.
Call something a wispy mustache title like the League of Villains, which was pulled right out of 1955, if it wasn't meant to be funny. I personally like both.
So let's just say
he's a kid and he's naming it like a kid would.
Let's say he's 1,000,000% right.
Impossible.
What else is there other than just that?
Hero Academia and One Punch Man, but I think where the series really differ is in its portrayal of its main characters. We have Saitama over on One Punch Man, who
is this a comparison?
Where's this comparison coming from?
What is this about now?
Where is this? How is this the future of Shonen and you're talking about Saitama?
Tama over on One Punch Man, who is a superhero that is bored because he wins fights too easily and nothing really challenges him. He's always looking for more of a thrill, but he never seems to get it. So he's there to parody these overpowered superhero good guy manga protagonists that we've seen for so many years that just never seem to lose a fight. Now, when it comes to...
Goku has lost fights before.
Maybe don't show Goku because he didn't win that fight by himself.
He didn't win that fight, period.
He won the war.
No, his team won.
No, he won the war. But he got at best a tie jumping him.
to lose a fight. Now, when it comes to My Hero Academia, Kohei Horikoshi goes in the complete opposite direction. And to me, this is where I can tell that he knows what he's doing when it comes to writing the main character. Izuku Midoriya, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this, is a fanboy. That's what he is in its purest essence. Izuku Midoriya wants to be a superhero. He is a lovable loser who worships, for lack of a better term, All Might, who is the most famous superhero in the world of My Hero Academia. So one day, he ends up meeting his hero, All Might, and they form a friendship, which ends up being the core element of this story that all the other characters sort of are written around. It's all about Izuku and All Might, at least in the early parts of My Hero. Now, Izuku quickly realizes that All Might is not what he thought. It sort of goes back to that whole idea of when you meet your hero, you realize it's not what you originally thought.
And he told him.
That's not the saying. When you meet your hero, it's not what you originally thought.
Yeah, that's exactly the saying.
And then didn't he just repeat himself by saying he quickly realized All Might wasn't what he thought, and it goes back to that saying of don't meet your heroes because it might not be what you thought?
I don't remember. There's no way to tell.
Still is an inspiration to Izuku, and the story ends up sort of transitioning into a coming of age story where Izuku has to find not only his courage, but
transition from what to a coming of age story? This is the beginning of the story.
Where transition to not a coming of age to a coming of age? Obviously.
who has to find not only his courage, but his place not only in the world among other heroes, but also in the eyes of All Might, the guy who he idol worships. Now, the reason...
Future of Shonen? Future
have
Shonen?
video half over?
Waiter, Future of Shonen here.
Now, the
I
reason
ordered
why
Future
this
of
works
Shonen.
so well is because having a protagonist that is not only a lovable loser, but also a fanboy is relatable to a lot of people who are comic book fans, because comic book fans grow up being fanboys, and some retain their fanboyism even until their 20s, 30s, 40s, and so on.
Paul.
And I am...
Relatability.
It's one of the most worthless metrics I've ever heard.
Just like me for real though. That's all this is.
Hey, same. Hashtag same.
I don't care.
Me IRL.
It means nothing.
Nope.
Because is it relatable when he's far and away above what you are? If you like comic books, you just go, yo, in Superman and stuff like that, and he's studying like, All Might, he steps with his right and then he punches with his left, and he's studying like the movements and stuff like that. Is that relatable? Is that endearing to you as a person who...
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, that's all.
People take whatever the most relatable aspects of the character are to relate to. Not the minutia, not the little intricacies of their character, who they are as a person. Only that he's a lovable loser who loves nerd culture, and I am too.
But every character can be relatable if you look at it like that.
Yes, they can.
Robin likes to read. Hey, I like to read.
Love to read. Love a book. Love paper books more than I love the feel and smell of a page.
It's just any character you can find traits that you relate to. So it just me
relatable.
But I understand, but relatable. But is that enough to be the future of shonen?
Yes! Because how many videos have we heard about relatability? It's the future of content creation for Anitubers.
And so on. And I am by no means saying that all comic book fans are lovable losers, but I am saying that the idea of putting your heroes on a pedestal, so to speak, is one that is rooted back to our childhoods.
Okay, but why did you introduce him as a lovable loser and then go relatable? But you're not a relatable loser though. But I ain't talking about you though. I'm not saying it's just a coincidence that he is a lovable loser and so are you, but you're not though.
I'm just saying there's two people in the room. And they're both same, basically.
Both comic book fans. You're both comic book fans, right? Okay. And he's a lovable loser. So you are, finish the sentence. It's like, wait a second.
No, I'm not saying anything. Either way.
I'm not saying this. This is open to interpretation.
But you should interpret it this way.
This is the interpretation you should be going with. Because I've introduced you and led you on this path. Okay? So this is what it is. You're not a lovable loser, but you are because you're like Deku, and Deku is a lovable loser. So if you're relatable to Deku, who's a lovable loser, you are...
That is rooted back to our childhoods as we grew up being fans of various fictional works. There is a reason as to why so many people were angry at Luke Skywalker's portrayal in The Last Jedi, and it all goes back to this.
There's a lot of reasons why.
It's not just my childhood.
Yeah, people were upset. Like, okay, a lot of the arguments that I've seen were, it's fine that he's like that, but let's see that moment, the lead up to that. Let's see
what made him become this.
The last time we saw this muff, he was this, and now he's like this, and we don't see none of that. He had a whole character arc off screen. So that's it's not just he's like this. There's a lot more that goes into that.
And it all goes back to this instinctual sort of inner spirit that we have to be inspired. You can't.
I don't want to be inspired. I don't. I'm sorry. What?
I don't want to be inspired. I don't need to relate to the characters I read. So far, this video is not for me. You're not speaking to... I'm not relating to what you're saying.
I need to be inspired. That's a first. I'll say that.
Are we clapping? Well, Demon Slayer, of course. Never mind. We are clapping for it.
I did...
It's not gonna... It's
not clicking of just like...
It's not clicking!
A need to be inspired?
The wheels are turning, but there's a cog missing like a Resident Evil puzzle. Just like, I gotta backtrack to find it. All right, he said.
And he's not gonna explain it.
We can only hope that he does, but expect that he won't.
To be inspired. You can't screw around with certain characters. That's why fanboys always rage when movie adaptations fail to properly adapt the character they all grew up with.
Pause.
How about if it stinks?
It wasn't simply that it didn't adapt it properly. It stank.
It stank on ice.
Usopp isn't adapted properly. He's not a super coward like he was.
I don't think he's a coward, period.
He doesn't have that big glow up brave moment other than the Chew thing, but there wasn't the fear that you had before that in the nut up. He's not a one-to-one adaptation, but I still like him. It's not simply that it needs to be a one-to-one adaptation.
On the flip side, in Five Nights did all the animatronics fine. I think that's a stinker of a movie.
It's not good.
Shrug shoulders.
History will not be kind to that movie.
Oh, absolutely not.
I think they're going to learn a lot and improve the second movie. Mm-hmm. And I think that
they're going to learn what worked and what didn't work.
And it's going to make the first one look a lot worse. I fear them leaning too heavily into things, though.
Like what?
Fat Lawyer is getting a following. And I feel like
he deserves it.
He deserves it. I'm not saying he doesn't.
I would be fine with him as a recurring character where it's just like, we're suing Five Nights and he's just the shambling lawyer.
I would love that.
Yes.
I would love 2 scenes in, and not just he's the night guard because he fell on hard times.
No, I would hate that.
But this is a fan thing, and they're going to be like, this worked, this didn't work, lean heavily. And I think they're going to lean more heavily into the fan stuff, and that might be one of the things. I would not be opposed to seeing more of Doug, though, because he is the best character in the movie. The fat lawyer's name is.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, absolutely, by far. And I'm glad he didn't get any comeuppance because he didn't deserve it. He should have.
If he would have died, I'd have been like, 0 out of 10. He didn't deserve. He's a fat lawyer, man.
And I think a lot of us as kids dreamed of being a sidekick or an ally to our favorite superheroes, and this is a reality for Izuku.
No, I didn't.
I don't think I ever thought about being Superboy.
No. I don't think no.
Or like a little Gambit.
Yeah. Big fan of X-Men. Never was just like, hey, mini Wolverine. No. You can't just put that on me, sir. Obviously, there are people out there. Not me. No. That's not why I like My Hero. That's not why I like X-Men.
Dude, he's not even talking about like plot structure. He's not talking about
no. He's not talking about because he's one of 2 people in the room, and there's a stink.
Reality for Izuku very early on in My Hero Academia. So we're sort of living vicariously through Izuku's successes. And
if I don't feel that, I'm not living vicariously through him. So now what? And this is another thing. Everything he's talked about has all been about emotion. How it makes you feel. How things make you feel is going to be different person to person. I have not connected with a single thing you said in terms of feeling for My Hero Academia. Still loved it back in the day.
You're living vicariously through him, through the aspect that he gets to be a sidekick, but not him training his body as you're sitting there eating your Doritos, watching him going, getting buff and stuff like that.
Yeah,
what about that
Izuku.
aspect?
You're just like me.
We're related. We're the same. Crunch.
Yeah, if only the girl would like me, Crunch.
If only a big black man would take me under his wing.
Well, where did that come from?
Help.
Through Izuku's successes and failures. And if you have a main character that's either really cool or really relatable or both, you've got a winner of a series. Plus,
no, that's not all it takes. Because you can easily start going into Mary Sue category territory there.
Superman is not cool, quote unquote. A lot of people say he's not. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to go with what the mainstream says. He's not cool. He's not relatable. Most popular superhero of all time. What are we doing?
How is Wolverine relatable?
He's cool.
He's cool.
He's relatable or cool or both. You've got a winning. So I guess if you're both, you just got more of a winning.
What doesn't
have a cool main character or relatable?
Cool. That's not fair to say. You can be Superman. That's a weird offshoot. But everybody else is cool or relatable. But Superman is relatable because he's just a normal Kansas man.
Dude, that's the whole thing. He is just a normal dude.
You can't.
He just so happens to be the most powerful I love so.
A recipe for success is either cool or relatable. That's the gambit of everything. Because if you're a lame-o, you're like, dang, I'm kind of lame as well. Relatable. So you don't have to be cool. You can be lame, but still be relatable.
And just being lame, but like sticking up for somebody can be cool in your eyes. Shrug shoulders.
And you cannot be a ladies' man, but this dude is a ladies' man. He's like, dang, he's so cool. And now he's fitting into the cool category.
Hey, Geekdom sucks.
He stinks.
2 people.
One person. He had one person in the room going, dang, somebody musty.
Who was in here before? Because they done stunk out.
They stank up my room. We in lockdown. Ain't nobody been in your house.
Yeah, he just steps back into to his apartment. Dang, who was here?
A dog must have farted in here or something. The dog died 3 years ago.
That must be what it is.
Yep, dead dog stank.
That's exactly what I'm smelling. Dang. All right, let me go look for him.
Both, you've got a winner of a series. Plus, you've got superheroes, you've got great action scenes and great fights in the manga. It's really a formula for success. And I think
Pause. A formula for success to be relatable or cool and have good stuff in your manga. Dang! Just be good. Is that? I never thought. Hey, I was just like, maybe I should be trash, but how about I be good and be successful?
But what about all the things that have that recipe for success and fail?
Or it's just middling. What don't they have?
What are they missing?
Huge reason as to why My Hero is such a major player now is because of the anime adaptation. We've been doing comparisons to One Punch Man, and one thing that's unquestionable is the quality of the My Hero Academia and One Punch Man anime. The primary person who should be praised for the anime version of My Hero being so easy to watch and so likable is producer Wakana Okamura, who knew from the beginning that this series had potential and strived to make it the best it could possibly be.
Or she did her job. What are other things she's produced? Did she just do a ho-hum job on some C-tier series?
Who's doing just a whatever? Because it's like, oh, this is in C tier. Let me just fart something out. Who's doing that?
Man, we see people in D horror movies giving it their all the time.
Somebody doing their job. It's just like.
Speaking of, did you see that new horror movie coming out, boy?
Oh no.
Thanksgiving horror movie, boy. Where they wear the pilgrim mask as in the killer. Boy. I want to go see it so bad. It comes out next week and I want to go see
Movie Pass.
It was God's gift.
It is a good thing that it is not.
No, it's back. It's not back how it was.
It is a good thing that it is not back.
Yes, back. Because I would be a trash man. Thanksgiving Horror Movie 20 it's simply called Thanksgiving. And it has a 7.4 on IMDb. So apparently it's a good movie. Yeah.
I shan't be partaking.
Coward.
Watch My Hero Academia for the first time, you instantly see that it has high caliber animation, but also
I don't care about animation. Mm-hmm. Never once in my multiple rewatches of season 2 did I ever go, wow, look at this animation.
I don't think that I thought about. I'm thinking about the gentle Deku fight, which I've seen no less than like 6 times.
It's an amazing fight.
Dub. I have to see it.
Yes,
dub. I'll just sit there, and it always starts with Lavrava start the mother in camera, and that's just like, okay, and here I am. And I don't think I've been. There was like one air punch or something like that where I was just like, no, it was a rubber thing. I was just like, yo, that's good, but that's more of. It's hard to not do that well because it's a rubber thing and I'm bouncing back. It's like, it's more of the power that's doing that where I'm like, yo, that's good, not the really the animation and things. I don't care, and people do care. That's and it's fine cool that they care. But I'm just don't put that on everybody. Because this isn't Demon Slayer where there's nothing else.
See, here's the thing. He's talking about why it's the future of Shonen, but everything he said is just not for me.
Cool and relatable?
No, I don't give a... Cool guys are some of my least favorite...
Relatable?
I don't give a about a relatable character. I don't relate to Tadano. I love it.
You don't relate to Resident Evil?
No. Neither. Neither the Resident nor the Evil.
Mr. Evil? You know, Resident him?
Evil, Resident.
Caliber animation, but also extremely eye-pleasing visuals.
It's the same coin. Eye-pleasing visuals and beautiful animation.
As far as character designs go, and My Hero looks and feels fresh and new and different than any other anime out there. Director,
because of character design. Because they have costume. How's it different than One Punch Man?
What makes it different? Don't just say that it is.
He wore that full mask thing for like 3 episodes.
And it looks stupid.
And then never
just
again.
Say something that you like about it. Don't you be like, it's different. I like Ochiko's hero outfit because I like the combination of black and pink and white. And that's basically all. I think it's like dark green. I like it less. Never mind. I don't know
Green's your
nothing what I'm
favorite
talking
character.
about.
What are you talking about? Green's your favorite color. Oh, you changed that up?
Ages ago. Purple, boy.
Yeah,
Look at my mom decked out in purple.
Yo, I got a yellow hoodie. And it looks so cool. It's just yellow. I love yellow.
But yeah, it's talk about things that make it good.
Yes.
There's a YouTuber called Twins Inc. who does a lot of character design stuff, and they talk about symmetry between designs. And
Yeah,
they
you mentioned them with the Giorno thing.
Yeah,
with the color
Demon
theory.
Slayer. They do Demon Slayer. They did a Demon Slayer one. It's very, very good. I don't think that the designs of Demon Slayer is bad or anything, but I'm just like, oh, I see how it is artistically from a proper art perspective good. Instead of just saying, yo, it's good.
It looks different than other anime. That's why.
And I'm not expecting that from everything. No. But if you're going to bring it up,
at least be able to explain.
Yes.
If they're doing 100, can you at least do a 45?
Leave no questions.
Kenji Nagasaki and his staff of animators wanted to make the series special, and one.
Do you have an interview or something where they said, and even then, that's just lip service for everything everybody works on? How many
I'm sure the Muff and Bye Bye Man was just like, yeah, we're trying to do something different here.
This is cinema.
Oh, look at that coin rolling. Oh, here comes the Bye Bye dog.
We're cooking here.
You're horror like you've never seen before in Bye Bye Man.
What was it that? What's it? The eye roll that was in the trailer, but wasn't in the
it was.
movie. And
it was during the seance where it was just like the Bye Bye Man. What is it? The Bye Bye Man. And it was clearly CGI eye roll.
That movie.
Bye Bye Man. That's hit.
One person in a row.
They were able to do that other shonen series had problems with is create a solid and workable production schedule. Various long-running shonen series always tend to fall apart when it comes to production. Dragon Ball Super, the series that I am most known for covering, had tons of production problems from the beginning, which is why we had the collapse of the production happen in Dragon Ball Super Episode 5 and other episodes where the animation was subpar. It all happened because Dragon Ball Super was rushed into production and there just weren't enough quality animators at the time who were available to work on the series on such short notice. But luckily, as the series progressed, it got better. Other long-running shonen manga have your bad weeks and good weeks, and what some have also done is, rather than adapt the manga as close as possible, they have tons and tons and tons of filler, which is another thing that gets heavily criticized by anime and manga fans. My Hero Academia and One Punch Man both avoid these problems by having two very key elements. Number one, a passionate staff that really loves what they do.
How can you prove this?
Show me the One Piece animators going, I f***ing hate this. Show me the Bones anime going, this is hitting, y'all. I'm getting fairly compensated. I'm not being crunched or anything.
Remember that letter you read by the dude from the studio? Just like, this is passion, crunching, no sleep. We're doing it for the gamer because we love it. That game sucked. You can't.
Hey, what's the future? Having people that are passionate about the thing that they're working on? How do you interview for that?
Are you passionate?
Are you going to be proud of this? Are you passionate about this thing that you're not working on yet?
Sure.
Why, yes, I am, sir.
I ain't believe that. You're out of here.
Like,
but I'm one of the most foremost animators. But your passion, yo.
Yeah, you out of here. It was like, what are you saying with this?
Passionate staff that really loves what they do and loves adapting these pieces of work into animation. And number 2, a non-chaotic production schedule. And they really do go hand in hand.
What happened with One Punch Man Season 2?
Auga.
Oh no, is it now no longer one of the top series because one season of the anime was the poopy trash?
But you gotta realize the industry is the industry, and the industry is bad. The anime industry is bad. The manga industry is bad. You see that recent Jujutsu Kaisen thing where something wasn't adapted directly like one for one from the manga, and people got big baby rage mad at it. And then I think it was either an animator or the director came in and just went on Twitter, was just like, it's my fault, I f***ed up, I'm the coward because I can't do what people want me to do. And he just went on this big huge, I'm like, homeboy about to kill himself legitimately. This is a note, and it's
that
just
sounds terrible.
It's horrible. Because it was either it wasn't done one for one, or it was done one for one, but it just wasn't looking as good as people wanted it to be. It was one of those two things.
Either way, why did you shut the f up?
And people just started raging, and I know. I'm not telling the story well. It was either the animator or the director. It was either done super well
or changed entirely.
It is in the ballpark. Look it up, all right? Something happened.
Do your research.
You've got animators that love what they do.
Got to do. You gotta show me some kind of interview or something. Just going, we weren't crunched. We had a nice cafe in the building.
I love that job, and I love the manga.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun working on this, and I look forward to coming back.
And you've got animators.
Would anybody say if they didn't have fun? Because if you talk out like Toei sucks, you think you're gonna get another job? Of course you're going to be like, yeah, I love working from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. That's hard.
I don't think time works like that. Time?
How do you do it? It was straight through, homie. Just straight through.
No breaks, no lunch. Yeah. They pumped an IV in me. I was grateful for them. Yep. They took it out my check.
Love what they do, being given plenty of time and plenty of creative freedom to do what they do. And that's why
Show me them getting creative freedom. What creative freedom
creative freedom could you possibly get? You're adapting a series.
What liberties are you taking? What are you talking about?
It does, with its really fun, incredible fight scenes and overly detailed character expressions. And one of the main reasons as to why the anime staff was given so much...
Look at all the detail of the character expressions here.
All Might looks horrible.
time is
I think
because
this might
they
be
only
the manga though.
have a finite number of episodes to produce per season, and thus, unlike
Seasonal.
Dragon Ball Super and One Piece that go on and on and on, with My Hero Academia, although the manga is a continuing story published pretty much every week in Shonen Jump, with the exception of a couple of breaks here and there, it's every week you get a new chapter. The anime divides up the story into seasons, and thus it gives the anime staff breathing room and more time to plan things out, and that's why the quality is so much better.
Sure.
At one
but
time,
then they
But
also
now, what about the quality of One Piece? They're doing the same weekly thing, and now they got the same quality.
I guess it didn't change the industry, or it was the future of Shonen. But that scene right there, I believe it was increased, enhanced, improved for the Blu-ray. So why did it? If we look up season 1 and go look at the improvements for the Blu-ray, there has to be at least 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. And in which case, why was that allowed if these people were allowed to work in an environment that they could be happy and healthy and all this bullshit?
Wondered if Dragon Ball should and could go to a seasonal format. I wasn't sure if it would work with the...
Dragon Ball's problem isn't seasonal.
It's not the quality of the animation.
It's the writing that's the issue.
It's the foundation is filth.
Yes, it will be prettier if it does go to in seasonal,
but you know what they want.
But
you know what they want.
I
understand.
I understand.
You know what they want.
Non-hardcore casual anime fandom, but now looking at things in the way that My Hero is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I do believe that perhaps...
Oh yeah, it's much better.
Other shonen shows could adapt this formula and wind up...
That's why it's the future, seasonal. Have a good night. Said this like 2 minutes into the video.
Better quality overall. But it also will take a number of very talented...
But that has nothing to do with shonen. That has to do with anime and the number of talented. You just gotta keep hiring the same people, I guess.
Yeah. Or hope to get people who are passionate about what they do. Who's sitting there drawing angry? You're in this industry.
I'm sure if Eric was horse penising it up.
Yeah, but then he would look at his bank account and be like, but hold up. Draw the horse penis.
Eric, we're begging you at this point. Get the penis.
You can do it, but you're just like, nah, I got morals.
He's got a stomach.
Speaking as somebody who was in the My Little Pony fandom and has been to a fair number of conventions,
too many,
and friends with furries, they are a particular bunch. So if that penis is not to scale,
anatomically correct,
there will be issues. So he would have to do his research.
Yes.
And you don't come out of that clean.
No.
You don't. You're not the same person after looking up several pictures of horse penis.
So you have to be passionate.
I understand that.
You will have to want it.
You have to. You don't do horse penis on the weekend.
No.
That is who you are now.
You are a horse penis person.
So I can understand that aspect of this.
Because when you get recommendations and commissions, you're not going to get it for, hey, I love the way you drew Korra. Can you draw me a... It'll be... Hey, that horse penis was to scale.
It's gonna spread around. It's like, this dude does a really good horse penis. If you want a horse penis, go to him. And then you're one of the horse penis guys.
And you just have to live with it.
Yeah, and that's just who you are.
But if you can live with it, you are living.
What are we doing here?
You are living.
You're living the best life that you do. You do your dirt. And then you come out on the... It's like going into porn. You do 2
years.
Blasted.
2 years
and
of
then
getting
you
blasted.
open up an OnlyFans and you your own boss forever. You're done, basically. Do it.
I'm further away from do it now. Simply because of the research that would be involved. I would feel the dirtiest doing it, giving it to them and going, can you redo the penis?
If you knew what I knew, you would not be asking him to do it. They are degenerates. Not all furries, obviously. But the ones that will commission that horse penis, that are brazen enough to be like, draw me this
straight face.
Everybody got their little fetish. Everybody got their thing. But you keep that to yourself.
You are in a parking lot. Hey, can you do this for me?
No.
The dark alley just covered up with a hat. And can you do this?
But when you
this
out and about,
has a shirt on, just like, I'm here for you to draw horse penises.
This is what I want.
Who draws horse penises?
And that person is the person where they're out and about just, hey, that's the person where they're just going like, it's so particular that they're gonna be like, nah, more veins.
It's because there is no shame.
Yeah, no.
The lack of shame is what really does it.
Enough horse penises that it's gotta be like, this is the one that's getting me going. Because if it's not, then you're gonna get your dumb little in $700 for that horse penis, but he's not gonna be back. But you want that repeat customer.
Yes.
But the ramp up.
Because it's like, if you keep consuming porn, you need more porn. We made that analogy. Now, there are going to be people that's just like, can I see a girl with their clothes on, please? That's hot to me now. Because I've gone so far. I've got to go back. I gotta bring it back. Whereas other people will go, I haven't gone far enough.
And so people are just like, man, I can't be sit here drinking Cavassier every day. And then just go, it's a beer now.
I had to go back.
Go back.
Give me Cavassier dipped in gold.
Further.
This is the only thing that will please me
this
now.
This Cavassier has been to the moon. Perfect.
30,000 a shot. That little? Oh. This is a steal. I'd lose money not doing
around
it.
For the table. Don't draw horse penises, Eric. You're fine.
I will not think less of you because I understand the bag.
Yes. That bag is tempting, but
I would hurt for you.
That bag comes with a penis.
It's just on the bag.
Yes, it is.
It's not the money side. It's two penises through the S.
It's the hobo stick and bindle.
You best believe this time step is going to be called horse penis.
And driven individuals to really make it work out the way that
this guy!
So even though he wasn't involved in the original manga, people like Yoshihiko Umakoshi should be praised for being the leader of this whole thing. He is the chief.
If you're going to go all up and down the street of people who love what they're doing and are passionate about it, get a better muff-in picture.
He looks the sauciest boy.
So sad.
I'd rather be anywhere else than in this seat in whatever room I'm in at this particular moment.
This moment right here is the worst moment of my life. And I'm experiencing it non-stop.
The greatest moment of my life will be when I can stand up and leave this place.
Animation supervisor and character designer for the anime.
It's zoomed out more.
No. It still looks quite bad.
There we go.
Might look worse, as a matter of fact.
His hands are all over this project. His use of deep shading and vibrant colors give My Hero Academia a very unique look, and one that's very easy to look at on a big screen or even on your smartphone.
Pause. What is difficult to look at? If this is easy to look at, what is difficult to look at?
I'm shrugging my shoulders. To me, this is no different than a lot of the older like anime movies I would see. It's nothing special to me.
I respect most about the man is he doesn't try to incorporate his own style into everything like other people in the business have tried to do. He is a guy who looks at every original manga.
That was not a great zoom.
I would rather have my own style and then have them come up to me like this is the big, like right there, the big brick guys with the big, it's one dude doing this where they drop down and do the squares thing.
Yeah, anything where you see squares. Yeah,
that's that one guy doing that. The bad pain and the Sasuke versus Oro where they just get all floaty and just very fluid. That's one dude doing that. I don't know if it's one dude or like a studio or whatever doing that.
But you know,
it's that style.
It's the signature of them.
And wouldn't you rather have that when people going, yo, episode 36?
19.
I was gonna say 19, but I pulled myself back. It's being animated by this dude, and then people know that episode is gonna be of quality because this dude is a good animator instead of just this evergreen. I can just do whatever style, and it's always just gonna look good, and everybody's just gonna praise me. I guess that's gonna get more work.
Yeah,
but.
If you could just kind of slot into whatever type of series.
But you don't have it's a jack of all trades, master of none, as opposed to
me that's very much like a voice actor that doesn't change their voice. You can always recognize the voice. You always know who they are. They're always going to get work because people like their voice. Mm-hmm. But it's not really anything special. You're not changing it. You're not really doing anything with it. Like a Johnny Young Bosch. He's mostly just Johnny Young Bosch.
He played a very good evil person in Eternal Sonata.
This looks like making a murderer.
But then things turn wrong. What's that smell?
There's only one person here.
He is a guy who looks at every original manga and...
Hey, it's like the manga has a deep shading and he just emulated it.
Weird how that works, huh?
Apps it appropriately and make sure that the characters look as close as they can to the original work. And he,
as opposed to who's doing all this oogity boogity. I'm not trying to make it look like the mangaka's art. Your creative vision. Me,
as I'm adapting your work.
Succeeds here in My Hero. And that's why so many people who like the anime went ahead and started reading the manga as well. And also his tireless
Or maybe it was because there was 12 episodes and then you had to wait, so you went to the manga. As opposed
that's not helping the Demon
I was about
Slayer.
to say, but that's a whole different thing.
What?
Because this is propped up, this is aided by its animation. Mm-hmm. It's the seasoning.
The meat is the story and all that stuff.
It's a good enough story that you're gonna be like, I want to see what, but I want to see more of the story. So all those Demon Slayer videos that we saw where they're just like, I ain't watching that. No, I'm not reading them. No, that's just the evidence of that. So,
what do you think this recent season of Demon Slayer is on MyAnimeLists? Do you think it's rated highly?
8.3.
Because I've seen a lot of people deride this particular season.
8.3.
And if it's still like a 8.8, 8.9, there's truly no hope. It's over for that community. They're always gonna just lap up the slop that is given to them. If they can get some 6, 8, 10 episode season where basically nothing happens, where basically everyone's just like, ugh, this season. But thanks to Nezuko and the Sun and like 2 other things. Oh my god,
It was that's the wrong season, thank goodness. This one, Entertainment District had an 8.8.
Okay.
And Mugen Train, come on now, what are you doing? There it is.
Village.
There it is. It's a different 8.3.
Boy, what a call.
8.3.
That is too high for that season.
Season 1 had an 8.49.
Episode 19.
Episode 19. Entertainment District seems to be the highest rated. Even Mugen Train movie.
Mugen Train sucked.
Now hold on. Did you see it? Rengoku.
Of course.
Rengoku.
But then you did.
Big strong.
He's offset by Tanjiro's very soul cleansing a boy. Lest we ever forget.
Manga as well. And also his tireless work ethic should never be ignored. This man actually makes corrections and improvements to animation for the Blu-ray release after the TV version is already out.
So I guess they didn't have enough timing and stuff.
Yeah, so why didn't they just do that in the original? Why did it have to be corrected? Number one. Number two, that's fairly common in the industry.
Yes.
A lot of things do that. That's not
Dragon Ball did that.
Now, if you're saying that he himself is just like, I'm in the studio doing it, as he got that sad salt face. I just feel bad for him. No, why couldn't they just do this right the first time?
All right, I gotta blot all this out.
I just gotta redraw this entire episode. This is just my whole life.
I hope y'all are happy. I clearly am not.
I only got 16 hours to do a whole episode. Cool, sad face.
A lot of shows do this or do it to this frequency, and yet My Hero Academia succeeds because you have a staff that cares about what they do.
This is such that gaming bush of, it's clear they put passion into their game. Love and care. They did a job and they want money. Mm-hmm. There are definitely going to be people that are passionate about the things they're doing. And there are going to be those that are just like, I'm rolling out of bed to draw the Chun-Li kicks.
Horse penis time.
This is their horse penis.
Yeah, this is just horse penis
time. For somebody out there working on My Hero Academia is their horse penis. And you can't tell me it's not.
Like, where do we go from here as a channel?
I guess we're off for another body.
Drawing My Hero Academia is their horse penis. It makes sense in the context of what we're talking about.
Out of context, this is the weirdest thing. What? If you were to clip this and send it to a friend, it'd be like, I don't ever want to hear anything from these guys.
I'm sorry. What?
We're gonna be the horse penis guy.
Oh, don't worry, this clip is my horse penis.
Then we're gonna be like, hey, we'll gladly debate. Aren't you the horse penis guy?
Oh, it's always the horse penis guys.
Listen to our arguments, please. Your argument was about a horse penis.
That's a good argument, but you did say the horse penis, so he wins. Oh no.
That's a good story, Senator. Why don't you back it up with some facts? My source is that you said horse penis. I guess you win, Senator.
Dang.
We have nothing left to say.
So you have a winning formula here.
There's no formula for winning.
There is no successful formula. Otherwise, everybody would be successful.
Everybody would be following the exact same formula as the last thing that was successful to continue to be successful.
If it was just cool or relatable, be good, have good anime. That's not all it takes.
My Hero Academia, you have a character who is very easily relatable
This guy.
Recap, boys.
I can't believe. Is he one of the worst? Not in terms of stupid arguments or something. Just in terms of a content creator. Is he one of the worst we have ever done?
I would definitely put him below somebody like a Mother's Basement.
Yes. Mother's Basement explains things. It's trash.
And Mother's Basement is low.
I
forget where he was.
He has a General Musk.
He has a slightly unpleasant funk.
he wore 2 colognes that are kind of not melding together. Or he put on a body wash and a cologne that the formula together is just like, that's not a pleasant smell.
He had one of those 48-hour deodorants, and he's on hour 49.
Yes.
Where you're
like it's wearing off.
It's still there, but
it's still chugging along. It's trying. But it's clear that it needs a little help.
You need to reapply. You need another coat of paint here.
Fanboys and people who were fanboys at one time. In Izuku, you've got the bigger brother sort of dynamic going on with All Might.
He didn't mention Bakugo at all.
Why would you?
Rivalry. Nope. He didn't mention
that's all. He didn't mention
that's all stuff. Friendship.
That's all stuff that other shonens have done. This is what the future of shonen will be: a relatable character and a big brother figure.
A top quality animated television show which is so vibrant and so enthusiastically animated that anybody from a mature anime longtime fan to a little kid can start watching the show and instantly feel a connection to it, as well as a writer, Kohei Horikoshi.
I feel a connection to this show. Have you ever thought anything along
especially
those lines?
Not based on animation?
I feel a connection to this.
No. That would speak to it potentially could be part of my identity. And I don't think a piece of media is part of my identity.
The closest that I got, I keep saying this, is Watamote. And that's like a...
Why are you me?
That she's just like me for real, for real.
She stinks. She's the only person in the room.
Who definitely has his finger on the pulse of the future. And
Shut up! You can't! If he had his finger on the pulse of the future, he would have done it the first 2 times.
He wouldn't be stinking up the joint now. He's in the future.
He's giving up. He's ready to clock out.
It's a corpse, and he's just like, yo, I got my finger on his pulse.
What happened to the passion? Wasn't one of the seasons like poorly animated too?
It was My Villain. It cut out a lot of stuff, and it was very, very poorly animated.
Oh no, what happened?
Staff just stopped being passionate.
Horse penises all around.
Could not have picked a better time to release a manga series about superheroes, fanboys, and
disagree. I feel like the height of the comics before the death of Superman would have been good too. I'm sure there's going to be another boom period like 40 years from now that would have been good too. Or if it released before Naruto. If it was the American show instead of Naruto, it would have boomed. Shrug shoulders.
Shrug shoulders.
Boys who want to and eventually will become superheroes in a real world where being those things has never been more mainstream. Thank you for watching, and if you want me to do more anime breakdowns and analysis like these, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to explore other shows in this level of detail. And just so you know, I just watched season 1 of My Hero. I'm about to start season 2, so I'm positive I'll have thoughts on that in the future. Have a good one, and I'll catch you down the road.
What is this, Frieza? He lost a point off of that. It's a 10 now.
It's a 9. I'm used to Frieza. He's got a lightsaber.
Why?
You may be asking, why would Frieza need a lightsaber?
I am asking that.
One that's kind of small, as a matter. It's pretty short seeming.
No, it's perfect for Frieza then. That's the joke.
You would also think he would like match the colors, because it's just
look.
red,
he has
gold,
glasses
purple.
on. What do you want?
Those are just kind of just glued there. It's not great.
Just like this video was not great.
Yeah.
Geekdom sucks.
He's very bad.
I can't believe how bad this man is.
Yeah, he's very, very bad. He's a sleeper very bad. Where he's not like in your face like in Nux or somebody like that. he just slides under and is like, I'm here too. It's the same. Those stink lines coming beneath the door, just like, uh-oh. Here oh, Lord, here he come.
It's SpongeBob coming out the bathroom. It's like, it's the same funk. But you
not at all, dear boy. Man, get your up. You're bad.
You're not good, dude. All right.
Oh man.
Don't know what we're doing Saturday.
It's gotta be something big.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Oh. It's the return, and plus we're gonna be going into things that we're gonna be going into more of fan stuff, so we gotta come back big.
No, we don't.
Oh.
We don't gotta do nothing.
We actually don't have to do anything.
We don't have to be here.
They don't have to be here.
Stop coming to these.
Stop talking about Goku T23.
Oh my god. Actually getting recommendations to show somebody else T23? What are we doing out here?
What is to be gained by that?
Nothing! It's not even like you're showing clips of your friend. You're like, what's a good one to show them the entirety of?
Hey friend, just go to his channel and be like, oh, this in Pumpkin Goku looks good, and then you watch that. What are you asking for recommendations for? What looks good to you? Oh, nothing? Moving on.
As it shouldn't.
Oh, this is all true. It's all just this? What if Goku was birthed by Frieza? Save and zoom in, pan up, zoom in, background's the same bush. Beard
blown
Goku
out,
showing up, and then Muff go come in the comments like, oh, y'all clearly wasn't paying attention. Beard Goku came up because he wanted to invite him to the tournament of Goku. That's why he showed up in the end. Like, bitch, I don't give a I'll skip all over his mouth. This is Goku T23. He doesn't deserve our respect.
He doesn't deserve
He don't deserve it.
He doesn't deserve any space in our mind outside of when we're watching him.
I don't want to be corrected about anything about him.
Actually me about no T23.
In Goku T, who? Why?
Curse the day we stumbled upon that man.
It
changed the course of our channel.
Where would we be without him? They still be pumping salad, but that train would run dry.
Oh yeah, no. That man was just kind of recreating the story of Dragon Ball, but this time slightly
different. Here comes this month where he could just say, what? And it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
What? It's so good.
I'll just sit there and just go, I just want to listen to it again. And it's one of the funniest things that has happened on the channel, one of the funniest things I've ever heard, and one of the funniest things listening back to it. I laugh every time.
Named Planet Saiyan.
What? Silence.
Dude, one of the funniest things T23 related is when the first time we're going through the tournament of Goku, and we're going through the names, and we get to one, and you just go, this is making me so mad. I don't know why. You just go, this is making me so mad. And die every time I think about that. This is getting me so mad. Oh man,
I understand the entertainment value of it. Because it's hilarious. When we get those moments, it's hilarious.
Yes.
But the he's horrible.
It's
90% of the time.
It's watching a bad movie that's boring for 90%, but then there's that 10% that is a 100 on 10. And you're like, where's the 100 on 10
Why can't
in the
it all
sequel
just be
series?
He's so mad.
This is making me so mad. I can't remember the last time I was this mad.
I can't just sit here and watch him do Negroku. That understandable. That is a quality moment.
It's okay to be confused. Huh? But what? I'm confused. It's okay to be confused.
There will never be a T. It's the zenith, and it sucks
that we reached it this early in the what if content. Cause then we just got the other end of the spectrum with that bastard Last of Us 21 doing less than nothing. Legitimate 8-second pauses. Unfathomable.
Unlistenable.
Dude, that's another thing. I just brought it up on the phone and just played something. You just go, it's unlistenable.
Just a statement of fact.
He says it's unlistenable. Dude, there's some funny. Gotta revisit it. I love this show so much. Oh man, I gotta do another. I gotta do the rage and ranting first, but I gotta do another funny moments. Cause my God, is this why?
That's it. There is a wee woo. I was like, I was just like, what did we do at the end of this?
I was waiting on your wee woo.
So they're like, is this show on? But I was like, that doesn't feel right. It's been a while. We'll get back into the groove of things.
Oh, did you know Creed came back? Creed came back? Creed, the band. Because you went, it's been a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw them just like, Creed is touring. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Did you know that Creed is Alter Bridge without the lead singer?
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's the exact same band without Scott Staff.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
All right.
I don't know what, I think it was something with Edge, and then I was just scrolling through because it was like Alter Bridge because they did somebody else's theme. Oh, they did Judgment Day, and I was just scrolling through because people were like, yeah, this is a banger, and it was like, yeah, did you know Creed? I'm like, what? So I guess they were just tired of that pseudo Christian, and then just we all live under one king. Creed.
One band in the room.
I bump Creed.
There's one band in the room, but you like the smell of them.
Yeah. It's a pleasant funk.
You know it stank, but it's a stank you attach to.
Yeah,
it's like how people like the smell of chitlins.
It's comfortable.
Yes.
It's like, and cigarette smoke. That's like my childhood. It's not a good smell.
Probably kill me
or something.
And I'll take that.
Yeah, that's all we really need.
With arms wide open.
Arms. Yeah. Hover over the thing so that there is no more derailments or distractions or anything. So,
did you hear?
don't go to Yomakai because it sucked wee woo.